You think those guys will get tired after sword fighting all day long, but apparently not. Anyway, welcome to episode number 23. As you can see, we are here in Haven, and we are going to head inside the... That's not the chantry, I keep thinking it is. This is just the village. We are going to head inside the village. Maybe talk to our companions a little bit, not too much though. And then I want to go in there and do the research table and a couple things at the war table. Maybe advance the main plot there.
Need something?
Okay, I asked about these two, so let's do this one. I wonder if you can only do this one if you imported a hawk, because there's a star thing in the middle.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
This we know.
Are you from Ferelden, Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I heard it is.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
Sounds interesting. Could you do Liliana's job? That's a weird question. Well, I guess Spymaster, yeah. Maybe not so weird after all.
If you've run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
Hers is more
To
extensive.
be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
Lots of different questions here.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
Hard in Hightown,
Tried
bestseller.
my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
You think they would go hand in hand?
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 3 dozen lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
But he knows the guy that made it, doesn't he? Because he mentioned that during the Legacy DLC, so maybe he tracked him down afterwards. Or her down.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
But one story Varric can never tell.
And the reason for that is?
The card's
Complicated.
curious.
It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Alright, onward. Who's the other person over there? Oh, Liliana. Maybe we'll have a conversation with her as well if we haven't done them all yet. But then we really must be heading into the Chantry for pressing business.
There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice?
Who's Farrier?
He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Oh, so this, see, I kind of don't like that they make this all special, because now I know that this might this might have repercussions. Oh, this is tough, because it's all important like this, I feel like it's probably a companion. But I don't think she would have a lot of tolerance for traitors, to be entirely honest. So if I didn't know it was a companion, I wouldn't say to spare him. Maybe if he was here in front of me, it might be a little different, but just this this sort of at a distance morality. Stop her from killing them, encourage her to kill them, or remain silent. Alright, I guess the best I can do, I can't say she wouldn't try to save this traitor. But remain silent she can do, it's Leliana's business, and if the game really wants him to live, then I suppose they'll let him live anyway, but I kind of expect that these two will have him die. And this one has him become a party member, maybe? Or at least an agent? It does say agent. I don't know if that's just the word or actually the role. Yeah, whatever. We're going to roleplay this and make it realistic, so there we go.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
If I'm happy? I have no idea what that was about still. Well, I feel like we just shut ourselves out of a major companion with a single conversation choice, but it is what it is.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them.
I guess that hope is me.
You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free.
Any
and
mage
they're
in particular?
Not. It's not right.
They called you the left hand of the divine.
That they did? What of it?
So many questions.
What is the point of an Inquisition?
Justinia would have started the Inquisition if the Divine Conclave failed to restore peace. She hoped that with enough support, we could challenge the very tenets of the Chantry. She wanted the Chantry to treat the mages fairly. But sometimes I wonder, why stop at mages? The Chantry has committed many injustices. If we're going to change it, why not change the whole thing?
Don't think it's that easy.
It's just a thought. None of this will be possible if we fail.
I'll try not to break anything.
That's good to hear.
I could use the left hand of the divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
I think I do, actually.
What exactly does the left hand of the divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
So, her own intelligence agency, basically the head of her CIA.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
So you were her spymaster too?
I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Is that all the questions? Liliana the Divine. Well, let's ask.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic.
Didn't say must be,
Love is
just asking.
common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
I actually know the answer to this last question, but also going to ask this one anyway.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea.
That's right, that was her name.
I was at my lowest. Broken. Lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
That was even before we met Liliana in the first game. It was back in Liliana's Song, the DLC, which is actually a prequel to the game. Actually, it's probably the earliest piece of Dragon Age content. Well, I guess the books. And there might be comics now, too. But as far as video games go, I think it's the earliest piece of content, chronologically.
We'll talk more later.
Alright, we're about to go talk inside, I think. We could do some crafting while we're here, but not yet. Maybe later on. A new book? Was that there before and I missed it, or did it just spawn? Study of the Fade. Is this the research room? No. Somewhere in here there was a research room.
I will take these injury reports to...
Wait, is that the war room?
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breed.
I like her clipboard.
Mistress
Candle on
Lavelan,
it.
this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Well then. I still can't get over that clipboard. It seems dangerous to have a candle on the end of one.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentecost that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
We have them, though.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
I feel like she
No.
made that up to intimidate
No.
him.
Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
I like how his mustache is part of his mask, too. Interesting.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. and each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Yeah, I don't think she'd be a big fan of politics. She could appreciate, what's her name's skill, but not really her game.
If every noble wandering by is as stubborn as the Marquis, what good is talking to them?
Every kingdom is subject to its lords. The Inquisition will require their goodwill to survive. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Well, that's why delegation is a good thing. You're good at your job, and hopefully I'll be good at mine. Okay, here's the research desk. Hey, we got 406 experience for bowstrings. Did that remove all of them at once, or do we just keep looking?
If you find anything, please bring it in.
Maybe that was everything at once.
If you find anything,
Oh, I was hoping it was for each one, because that would have been... Oh, wait, what was that? Oh. Codex entry RAM. Damage bonus against humanoids. Now we're catching up. Alright. So I guess we got all the XP at once, though. Bear claws, spider fangs, Hurlock arrow, darkspawn teeth, and then those are the last two system messages. Okay. Well, at least we got that out of the way. Who is Minave again? Oh, she's the one I sent here.
You're the Herald.
Right?
Or, well, the one they're
Maybe,
calling the
maybe
Herald,
not.
anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero.
And an elven one at
Especially a
that.
Dalish
Exactly.
elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Minave. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I don't know what I found for her, but sure.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
So I guess I can collect things from demons and give them to her.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
So many questions. Jeez.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
I kind of want to choose this one because of the Dalish connection. Yeah, I can't say I agree with her views, but I'm going to go with this one anyway. Because the Dalish is like all the good things you just discussed, but without the Templars. Their clan watches over them.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Dalish. Don't let my lack of Vanisleen fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages.
I don't, actually.
They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
I guess they can only have like a first and a second to the Keeper. And that's it. I guess that's true. Besides the Keeper and his apprentices, the future Keepers, there really aren't mages with the Dalish. So I didn't know that about them, but it makes sense.
My clan never did that. We sent those gifted with magic to other clans, or...
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist, They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
That's interesting what she said before too, though, that I guess there are Dalish clans who lose their keeper when he does not have an apprentice. And that could obviously be the end of their tribe if they didn't get a different one. So if other mages have a surplus of, or if other tribes have a surplus of mages, then they could share, so to speak.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my Circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most Circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with the Templars. I kind of feel sorry for them, if anything.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me.
Alright, I will
I
keep
may
that
be
in
able
mind.
to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Okay, last question. I really want to get on with these quests, but they keep throwing characters and questions at me.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
Alright, very wise words to end on.
I'll
but
speak with you later.
Thank you again.
we have a
for
war
what you
table to
brought back.
manage. Alright, so in addition to picking up the regular quests there, I'm afraid to click this. I want to see what's in here. Alright, just the sleeping quarters, I guess. Alright, so let's check out our quest log. Inquisitor's Path, we have... Gather enough power, work with the advisors to make contact with the Templars. And in Hush Whispers, return to the War Rooms. That's the one we're finishing up now. We also have the Inner Circle. We have a lot of quests there. The Iron Bull, the leader of the Charging Bulls? Bulls Chargers. We have to meet him at the Storm Coast. We have a friend of Red Jenny. Seeing Red is Varric's quest. And the Imperial Enchanter, we have to meet Vivienne de Fer, first enchanter of Montsimard. Is Montsimard the tower in Orlais, or one of the towers in Orlais? Okay, so we have a lot of other quests as well. Wait, what did that say? Oh, power required. But, what's this one? Oh, okay, that sounds like a cool quest. We might do that one. We'll see. But for now, let's turn in the last quest we had. Tell them what the mages did by joining the Tevinter Imperium and what we learned in Redcliffe. Okay, so it doesn't... I thought it was going to automatically trigger a conversation.
What have your ears heard, Leliana? Anything new we don't already know about?
No, nothing.
Alright, so connections, this would be nice to have, but isn't super imperative that I get it fast. And there's Horsemaster Dennett, joined us, of course. I'd also like the extra potion slot, but again, we don't have that many potions anyway, so I'm going to hold off on those. We're probably not going to get Imperial Court Tailoring, unless we have a lot of extra points at the end. But I do want exclusive training, so I will need the other 4 for that. Yeah, in category. I probably am going to get... Part of me wants to grab the unlocking one for Varric and any future rogues to open those cabins and get some loot. But I also want to do... I think I might do... Not nobility knowledge, because being a Dalish, I wouldn't know anything about nobility. Arcane knowledge, I think I'm going to do. Optimal cutting is nice, but not that big of a deal. What is this? Discovery range of searching. Oh, that's another one that would be nice to have, but not really necessary. Enhanced studies. Again, nice, but not that great. Same with forward scouts. Definitely nice to have. The herbalist ones, you just get a bunch of herbs, apparently, so that doesn't seem that good. Alright, I'm probably going to go for arcane knowledge. Let me just make sure there's nothing really good here. Underworld knowledge. I don't really care about riding. I don't ride that much to make it worth it. Focus I definitely want at some point. I don't even have my focus ability yet. True Grit as well is a nice combat ability. 10% increase to defense for all party members. More healing potions would also be nice, but yeah, for now let's go with arcane knowledge, because being a mage, I would definitely have that knowledge. The rest, maybe I'm reading books on in my spare time while traveling, and we'll eventually learn, but for now we're going to go with this. Alright, as for power, we're up to 42 power. I did not expect to have that much. So, alright, let's go back to the world map. And we have a bunch of new quests as well. And there's a report ready here. That's right, I sent my soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. The clerics are safe, but cowed in the face of our soldiers. Alright. Well, the short-term effect is that we have silenced our detractors and gained the Chantry's political support. The long-term effects we shall see. Alright, so there are worse allies than the Chantry to have on your side. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties. I guess we got that from having Blackwell. Let's go get our other report first. Or reports. My dear Liliana, your author friend is truly a mystery. Huh. Ah, your writer is in Kirkwall, and remember you owe me a favor. And we got an Amulet of Power for doing that. And I don't want to do that one. I want to take back my report from this one. We have 46 gold, not that great. Some runes we were studying that we found. Alright, and Hushed Whispers, is that... It's near Redcliffe. But it's not at Redcliffe. And Champions the Just is the other branch of the main quest. So we already scouted the Storm Coast. We can go there now and begin questing there. I kind of think that might be the second area of the game, though, so I don't really... Because it's one of these markers. Where's this area? Just southern Ferelden. See, this one costs power... No, never mind. It costs power and not one of your ambassadors, or one of your inner circle members. Alright, so now's the part where I have to decide what we actually want to do next. First, let's send them out. Locate the weapon of Tyrdia Brightaxe. Let's see. Nobles will gain favor by helping her. Have our tribes are not friendly. Scouts can get... Oh, I guess there's an emissary we're trying to escort. And he can provide with soldier. He says if it's worth the time. So it seems like he might not be into this 100%. I'm gonna go with Liliana. We'll send her there.
Let's see what we have.
And then... Upon the Walking Sea, the runes gave more of their secrets, pointing to one of the larger islands. The island is large and covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. There might be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste. And the Guardian of the Sacred of Ashes, I remember him. Takes a lot of time to do that one. His is faster, though. Yeah, going with force and occupy the islands. Alright, Cullen, you're going to need quite a team to search the entire island, but...
To work?
Could be worth it. And let's see what this one is. Just gather coin. Opportunities. So I wonder if... I think I've done this one before. So this might be a repeatable one you can do to keep getting gold off of it if nothing else is available. Let's go back to those Grey Warden treaties, though, and send... What's her name there? I should probably learn her name by now. Josephine. Oh, from Blackwall. I have Grey Warden treaties, and these allow us to take what's needed when needed. We do not face a blight, but surely a torn sky warrants as much concern. Alright.
Let us begin.
Good luck, Josephine. Now that those three are all... The Chantry remains. That's that one we did. Where? So can we not actually go back to Valroyo now? Maybe not. It won't let me fast travel there. Huh. Oh, address the... We did this one too. Because this is the actual main quest. Yeah, alright, guess we can't go back. I wonder if that's because we sent the soldiers in, or if it just automatically happens that way. Investigating the shards is that other quest that we got a while ago. Might do that one. These are the main quests. Hinterlands we've done. Alright, let's go down here. Is there a level range for this? There isn't. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Finding them will be difficult, but our advisors are determined to find out what happened and, if possible, bring their people back alive. Contact the band, or some scouts, or... Other soldiers are volunteering to search for their lost comrades. They won't rest until they found them. Alright, that sounds good. They'll be motivated to succeed. I have no idea if I'm making good decisions with these, but I'm just trying to do what makes the most sense and rolling with it. They've been found in a bog called the Fallow Mire. They are being held hostage by Avar, who demand to meet the Herald of Andraste if the Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. Alright. Thank you, Cullen. Yep, let's go ahead and do it, because might as well. And let's go ahead and take Cassandra again, since we've been using Blackwall a while. Of course, we'll take Varric, Solus, and Cassandra. And off we go to southern Ferelden, which is probably in the region of the Kokari Wilds, just slightly north of it, I think. And we'll see how long this loading screen is, hopefully not impossibly long again. I think I probably will end up... Because I have a second solid state drive I bought when there was a good deal on one a little while back. So I will probably take apart my computer, which needs a good cleaning anyway, this weekend, get all the dust, install that second solid state drive, and then have that there to install games like this, so they're not nearly as long when it comes to load screens.
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
Interesting.
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Oh joy, a religious war. But yeah, her theory seems correct.
I've survived demons. I think I can handle myself against some southern barbarians.
Yeah, you'd think. But they're a brawny bunch. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead.
Oh, undead. I'm
Wait,
good against undead.
You're not squeamish about undead, are you?
Quite the opposite. I specialize in them. Well, fire magic at least is very good against them.
There are any corpses possessed by spirits?
Right. Nothing to fear.
Yeah, for a mage who understands what
the
they
Avar
are.
holed up in the castle on the other side of the Fallow Mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Well, they better be. I don't want to do all this for nothing. Alright, and here we are in a new area. The Fallow Mire, and... I guess this is not a big area then. I kind of had the feeling that the Hinterlands might be one of the larger areas in the game. Hopefully there are at least a couple others as large. Knowing Bioware, there might be 3 big maps and then a lot of little maps, because they like going with things in threes, it seems. Okay, there's 2 Fade Rifts, and there's a camp we can make, and this is the quest. So it seems like that's about all there is to this region here. And we already have 1 camp established, obviously, this one. And is there another quest here? Or...
Word for you.
Requisitions. Alright, report, soldier.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
That was a little startling, not going to lie. Alright, so what requisition did we just get? And where the Fallow Mire, there we go. Alright, so we have lost souls, that's the missing soldiers, the rifts, establish the camps, and artifact requisition. Oh, I looked up those keys. The Ferelden keys drop from rebel mages, so if you don't get the requisition quest before you explore the area, then the only way to complete it is just to run around farming mages. We'd be leaving the area and coming back and farming more mages, and that doesn't really sound like fun to me, so we're not going to do that. Alright, so if we find a Ferelden Medallion of Service or a Ferelden Tome, we will return them to a wealthy Ferelden noble. Alright, sounds like a cool quest. Anything around here before I head south? Oh, there's lots of things, but it's all the tents and the tables and all. Because they're clickable items, they appear as glowy on the map. And there's a house over here. It's Flemeth's shack.
Might be something here.
It's not
Better
Flemeth's
take
shack.
a closer look.
A note. Helen, I won't be in tonight. Rupert said he had a surprise for me. He teased me by saying Lady Peasley, which he always does when he's trying to impress me by pretending he's not impressing me. Don't tell Mum where I am. I made fresh porridge in the red pot for both of you. I'll care for her tomorrow, I promise, Lucia. Feel like that didn't go the way she expected. Oh. More, what is this? Another bottle of Thedas? His beard spontaneously combusted, is that what it said? A silver necklace. A well-crafted silver necklace with an inscription, May our love endure. That must be the guy she mentioned in the note. Before Andrastianism, Forgotten Fades. Sounds like an interesting codex, but I will read it some other time. Okay. I saw a road up here, yeah. If we're going down that way, where does this road lead, I wonder? Probably to the world map. Yep, it does. What do you know? That's the way we came. Alright, guess we're heading south. Oh, they're lightning bolts. Okay, I thought they were like somebody was firing something at us, or there was fireworks, but that's the eruption from the ground when lightning hits. We've discovered Fisher's End. Is this like the end of the road, or is this like where fishermen met their ends? Neither would particularly surprise me. Blue vitriol. I haven't found that before. It must only grow in marshes. Ooh, ×5. Wonder if this is like a level 2 crafting ingredient. I also have no idea how many levels there are as far as crafting goes. Let's check this cabin.
Signs of a plague.
It must have been a terrible illness. No one's come to reclaim the land.
There's a landmark
No one
over
living
here,
at any rate.
Can I do it from down here? Do I have to climb up? Probably have to climb up. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry for that. Updates are ready to install. Just like they are almost every day of the week. Oops, wrong button. Delight and Andraste. Alright. Oh, the statue. I see. Very cool. I didn't even realize that there, if I'm being honest. Did we check inside this hut? We did. Some loot. Hopefully there aren't any germs here. Alright, a ring that is not specific to any certain class. And it's level 15. And no level restriction either. Alright, I wouldn't mind having 5% critical chance. Especially because I get a free spell whenever I crit. So that works nicely with my build. Some more blue vitriol and some elf fruit. I see some enemies over there. And apparently they saw us as well. So we're about to find out what level this is. Level 12. This is actually a pretty high level area. Alright. I was kind of expecting it wouldn't be, but I don't know if that's... It might be scaled up because we came here later.
There must be more further in.
You think? I doubt it was just 2 undead plaguing these lands. Now I'm a little nervous because I might not be able to fight these guys after all. The level scaling definitely seems weird in this game.
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out.
Oh, I see. That's cool. Luckily they're not actually that powerful despite being on high level. It might work too in the sense that, like, oh yeah, they're immune to cold damage. Like in the Old Republic, once you get to a certain, like, you're definitely weaker against opponents that are better than you. Once you get to a certain threshold, like 8 levels below or something, their attacks do like significantly more damage to you, and your attacks do almost nothing to them. And the same as the inverse is also true. So I wonder if it's maybe the same in this game, where once you get 4 or 5 levels apart, there's a huge spike in difficulty when facing tougher opponents. But as long as you're like 3 or fewer behind, you're okay. Because these guys are 3 full levels ahead of me. They're not actually that bad. And of course, these aren't bosses or anything. You could probably stand. Oh, we found a tome. Nice. Oops. I could probably stand here and farm these guys all day long, but that would get boring. So, what's over there? Are they immune to physical damage? What? Oh, and there's our medallion of service. Are those party members? They're party members. Okay, I see. I was misinterpreting the icons there. 4 summer stones. Keep doing that. My mind is like reverting to the Guild Wars 2 key bindings I use, even though I haven't actually played Guild Wars 2 too recently. What's that into the water? I'm interested for sure. And I'm sure this is going to draw more corpses out. That's okay. Disease tissue. That'll probably let us research something to help fight these undead. And he dropped loot, but to gather his loot, we're going to end up summoning more of his friends. If you want to farm, this is a pretty good way to do it. They just keep coming at you by all appearances. But I don't really want to stand here all day. See, I keep doing that in level when I have other things to be doing. Okay. I know I'm going back the way I came. I'm trying to get, well, let's just quick travel back. We can't because we're in combat. Oh well, I'll run. So I want to turn in the requisitions quest while we can, because then we get to pick up a second requisitions quest and maybe complete that one as well. We'll see. Don't think it was too far away. Yeah, I see my symbol right there. Oh, it's like a greenish tint. I wonder if that's just because of the environment or if it's different colors on different maps. Okay, so requisitions
Nothing
table.
to report, sir.
World and history. Craft item. Yay, +1 power. Alright, very nice. And some influence.
I've news, sir.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
She always says that. Like, I could have just... If you have to use... Oh, okay. She gives you the quest then. What did it say? Fallow, Mire. Oh, we got the same one again. But I guess we had 2 tomes, so we need another medallion. Maybe there's only one for this level? Not really sure. Anyway, while we're back at camp, though, I think I'm going to cut the episode. And for now, this doesn't seem that hard, even though we're a little under-leveled for it. So I'm going to keep going here. Hopefully we can close some of those demon rifts without too much trouble, and find this lost Avar tribes. Thanks for watching, and I will be right back.